What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Of course, by now, we all know Deion Sanders has left the building at the University of Colorado. And of course, HBCUs have had many problems over the years. Even these last few weeks, I've talked about Texas Southern having big issues. We've talked about Jackson State, among myriad of issues, other HBCUs, and now Coppin State. Now, Brother Doug, who went to Hampton, shout out to Brother Doug. I love Brother Doug. He's a really, very good man. He wants to know, why am I putting all HBCUs in a bunch? Because they are not all like that. And I want to be fair to all of the schools, whether you're in the MEAC or in the SWAC, that all HBCUs are not bad. I have met great people in my experience in the HBCU network, and before I ever transition into where I'm going in life, whether it's in a business or whatever. I always want to be able to give back to the HBCUs because they gave back so much to us. HBCUs are even giving back into the continent of Africa, so I love HBCUs. However, this story that I'm going to talk about today is sad and it's troubling, and it's coming out of Coppin State University. Now, I will say the story is very graphic, but I want you to hear what has happened, and I want to come back.
This is Lucian Brownlee. He's a former basketball player and assistant head coach at Coppin State University. He's accused of posing as a woman online and forming a relationship with Eben Williams, who's also now a former player from Coppin State. As the relationship developed, he convinced Williams to send him new photos of himself. And Williams did it, but when he tried to end the online relationship, Brownlee, posing as a woman, told him he had to send more or he was going to be exposed. Williams didn't want to lose the scholarship, so he continued to send more photos. Brownlee, who was Williams' coach at the time, then approached him and told him he was also being extorted by the same person. And that online person told him that him and Williams had to have sex together, put it on video, and send it to her, or they would both be exposed. This dude's nuts. But Williams didn't want to lose a scholarship, so he agreed to do it. So he had the encounter with his coach. But it didn't end there. The online person continued to make requests of Williams. But this time Williams said, I'm not doing it anymore. But once he refused, Brownlee, posing as the woman, released the videos. And then enters Juan Dixon, the head coach, the former basketball star at the University of Maryland, and the former NBA alum. He saw the videos and pictures, and he spoke with the basketball player. He admitted that he hired Brownlee knowing that he had a mental health issue, but he took no action to remedy the situation. So Williams asked for his own investigation. He reported it himself. But a lawyer from Coppin State University grilled Williams about his side of the story. And then they took away his scholarship. They terminated it. He ultimately transferred to another school. The assistant head coach that was the creep posing as a woman was fired. But now Williams has sued everybody. The university, Juan Dixon, Brownlee, everyone. I hope he gets paid. What do y'all think?
So now you've heard that particular story, which in case is sad, right? I know what guys are going to say. These things happen at white colleges all the time. Look at what happened with Penn State. Look at what happened and, the Sandusky thing. I get it. I understand these things are not unique to just HBCUs. But when you already have a bad reputation, and it has nothing to do with being black, it's just being incompetent as an organization that happens to be HBCU. This is throwing gasoline on the burning bush. And a lot of the brothers don't understand that. How? And Juan Dixon, I remember him at the University of Maryland. I remember when he played in the NBA. I was in high school when Juan Dixon was playing. Then the investigation from the school is stupid. What kind of man is Lucian Brownlee? You're a guy, obviously, you're gay. Nothing is wrong with that. if that's what you like. But then even if you were not gay, even if this was a woman's team, which I believe it would be much worse if it was women. But you don't sleep with your players. That's the thing that you shouldn't do. Obviously, you like the player. So you're there trying to find a way to sleep with the player and videotape it for the player and extort the player, which is already bad. Then you send the stuff online. Then the coach doesn't do anything about it. Then the school doesn't do anything about it. So now the guy has to lose his scholarship and transfer after being embarrassed, being completely embarrassed. And who does it look bad on? Told you about those HBCUs. Told you how they get down. Told you they're incompetent. That's not true of every HBCU. In the case of Doug, let's be honest, we know that. But now, does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter when you have somebody like Deion Sanders coming out and saying the things he said about Jackson State, which we all know that it's true? We all know that it's true. Again, we all know that it's true. And then you have this. Then you want to know why people don't, because let me just say this. Black people, we have a hard time. And I'm gonna take this back, okay? I'm gonna take this back to the 70s and the 80s. As black people, we didn't like in America the Boers were ruling over South Africa. We didn't like that as African Americans. In fact, we played a big role, and so did other African countries. Shout out to Nigeria. Shout out to countries like Ghana, Liberia, especially those countries that wanted South Africa to be ruled by blacks. Once South Africa became ruled by blacks, and those people in the ANC who were corrupt as hell, some of them, not all of the brothers, but some of them, now the black world became quiet. The same people who were asking the whites to get out of the country were killing people in their own country. And that's how it is with us. If this is happening to a black pair, a white person, we all on it. Oh, but it happens with our people? Oh no. Yeah, well, we don't know. Things happen at Jackson State, people stealing. Oh, we not snitching. African leaders get called out, colonialism, all kind of stuff, killing their own people. We don't want to talk about it. African Americans don't talk about it. Don't want to call it out. Hey, well, that's their business with law. He's a good brother. Then you wonder why you have these issues. And how many issues can you continue to have without looking like a joke? Without looking like a joke. How much of an idiot can you look like? At what point in your life? How stupid can we be? How many more L's does HBCUs need to take? And all this does is makes it look like Deion Sanders is right. He may not be right about all of them at his experience, but I know that that's right for a few of them. And Coppin State is showing that it is completely. You want to know what it is? And I believe Coppin State's out there in Bowie. It's incompetent. Coppin State is incompetent. That's what it looks like. And corrupt. And you have your player that's been getting harassed by this creepy guy. And now you want to fire him after the lawsuit. And he gonna win a big amount of money from y'all, which he should, cause he will, cause y'all deserve it. Every single penny. And Deion Sanders is vindicated in this regard. And the HBCUs should try to work hard to maintain their reputation, similar to what African government should work hard to maintain their reputation. No, we're not corrupt. HBCUs, no, we're not corrupt. We're going to do things the right way. But we have too many people in those places of elitism in HBCUs where everything is being swept under the rug. It's like having a choir director back in the 80s. We all knew what his sexuality was. Didn't nobody want to say that. As long as he played the organ good on Sunday, that's all that mattered. Right? Remember that? Remember those days? Don't ask, don't tell. But guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. I'm out.